Step 7. Humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. I used to think humility meant weakness, that to be humble was to shrink, to become less. But the truth I learned in Step 7? Humility is strength. Humility is freedom. Step 7 changed everything for me. Now, if you're just tuning in or walking through the steps for the first time, let's break it down. Step 7 says, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Sounds simple, but don't let the simplicity fool you. This step goes deep. It cuts to the root of who we've been and who we're becoming. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to change something about yourself so badly, but no matter how hard you tried, it kept coming back? The anger, the lying, the manipulating, the self-pity. Maybe you stopped drinking or using, but the behavior stayed. The patterns, the ego, the fear. That's where Step 7 comes in. Because Step 7 isn't just about stopping a substance. It's about transformation. It's the shift from surviving to living, from pretending to being real. And that transformation doesn't happen because we try harder. It happens because we surrender deeper. Let's rewind just a bit. Step 6 asked us to become entirely ready to have our defects removed. That readiness cracks the door open. But Step 7? Step 7 is where we hand over the key. Humbly asked him? That word, humbly, it's everything. Not desperately, not arrogantly, not even transactionally, like, if you take this from me, I'll be good. No. Step 7 asks for something harder. It asks for honesty, for vulnerability, for the kind of humility that says, I can't fix this on my own, but I'm finally ready to let you help. It was hard for me to get to that place, because for most of my life, I wore masks. I thought if I could just act right, perform well, keep people fooled, I'd be okay. But deep down, I was still the same scared, angry, addicted person. Recovery showed me that real change doesn't come from pretending to be better. It comes from being willing to be changed. And let me be clear. Asking God, or your higher power, to remove your shortcomings doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. This step is not a magic trick. It's not a spiritual vending machine, where you say a prayer and wake up defect-free. What it is an invitation. A process, a moment-by-moment willingness to cooperate with the work of transformation. To stop fighting the things that are keeping you sick, and to start trusting the one who can actually heal you. So, what does that look like? For me, it started with a simple prayer. Nothing fancy. Just, God, I'm willing. I don't want to live this way anymore. Please take what doesn't serve you or me. And then, I paid attention. I noticed when my pride flared up, when I reached for control, when I wanted to gossip, or isolate, or run. Instead of pushing those things down or beating myself up for them, I started to see them as signals. Signals that I still needed help, still needed grace, still needed growth. That's the beauty of Step 7. It's not about perfection. It's about direction. It's not a finish line, it's a doorway. And when you walk through that door, things begin to shift. Your relationships start to heal, not because you forced them to, but because you're showing up differently. You stop reacting out of fear or resentment and start responding with honesty and care. You begin to tell the truth, not just to others, but to yourself. You realize you don't need to dominate every room or disappear into one either. You find a quiet strength, a groundedness, a clarity that wasn't there before. That's the gift of humility. It's not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. It's making space for something greater to work in you and through you. And let me say this, the process of having our shortcomings removed isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts, because these patterns, these defects, we've clung to them for years. They've been our armor, our identity. Letting go feels like loss, but it's actually liberation. The anger I thought was protecting me, it was isolating me. The perfectionism I thought made me strong, it was choking me. The pride I thought kept me safe, it was killing me slowly. Step 7 allowed me to lay those things down. One moment, one prayer, one surrender at a time. And over time, something incredible happened. I started to feel free. Not just clean, not just sober, but free. Free to love people without manipulating them. Free to make mistakes without spiraling into shame. Free to show up as myself, flaws and all, and know I was still enough. But listen, that freedom didn't come from me, it came through me. It came from a higher power who is willing and able to do for us what we could never do alone. So if you're standing at the edge of step 7, if you've been working hard, if you're tired, if you're ready for more than just abstinence, you're in the right place. Because step 7 is the beginning of a new kind of recovery, a deeper one. One where the goal isn't just to stop doing harm, but to start living whole. And it all starts with one humble request. Please, take what's broken in me and make it whole. You don't have to be perfect to ask. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing. Willing to let go of who you were, so you can become who you were meant to be. That's what step 7 gave me. That's what it can give you. Freedom. If this connected with you, share it with someone who's walking this path too. And if you've worked step 7 before, drop a comment. Tell us what it changed for you. Your story could be the light someone else needs. I'll see you in the next video. Keep going. Keep growing. You're not alone.